Hi, my little panda cubs. Great to see you again. Sorry for missing Wednesday. Don't worry, it's not a sign of things slipping. I had the local council visiting me Thursday, social services, just to check on my progress and make sure I'm looking after myself at home. They were very pleased with how clean and tidy my flat is, so that's a good thing. They just want to make sure I'm safe living alone still. That all went good, so we're back.
We are back, baby. We are fucking back. We're back. Yeah. Classic. We are back. We are back.
It's no secret that I've suffered greatly with gender dysphoria. Drove me crazy a few times this past couple of years. There's a lot of things I hate myself and makes me feel extremely dysphoric that I've always struggled to manage. So what's helped me get over that barrier? What's made Big Sis suddenly decide to be happy? What's helped your Big Sis combat dysphoria? You have to stop focusing on the things that you hate about yourself that you can't yet change, right? If there's nothing you can do about it, then ruminating about it and letting it have catastrophic effects on the rest of your life, it's not helping you, is it? And that's not going to help your dysphoria get better. Just sitting around and obsessing on things that you can't change. You need to focus on the things that you can change, and the things you can't change, at least not right now, you can tackle them later, at a later date. Their time will come. But for now, stop ruminating over things that you cannot change. And instead, start focusing on things that you can change. Things that you can do right now to help combat your dysphoria. For example, one thing I really hate is my natural hair. I was starting to go bald at 17. Because in my teens, I used to have like Mohicans and spiky hair, and I used to use things like car spray paint and glue to keep it up.
What?
So when I was like 17, I was spiking my hair up once, and a great big clump came out in my hand. Oh, the horror. I didn't mind for a few years because I just shaved it off and called myself a skinhead instead of punk. So I got away with it. But it wasn't until I realised that I was trans and wanted to transition that, that thin part of hair, yeah, I started missing that part of the hair at the front. I mean, it might not look too bad in this picture, but I assure you it is very, very thin at the front, and I absolutely hate it. Last year I shaved all my hair off and used minoxidil all year while my hair grew back. Now, it has helped a little, but the problem with minoxidil is it can only really work on follicles that went dormant within 4 years, around 4 years. I lost my front hair a lot longer ago than 4 years, so it couldn't do much. Once a follicle is dead, it's dead. This dormant and dead, they lie dormant for about 4 years, but when you're talking upwards of 10 and more years, no. That's what wigs are for, right? There's always wigs. You want yourself a realistic looking one, so lace front made of human hair. Some synthetic ones are looking quite nice these days though. They have gotten better. But personally, I didn't enjoy wearing wigs. I only wore them this past year because I literally shaved all of my hair off. I'm not wearing them anymore because my hair's at quite a reasonable length again. For the front, where it's thin and I don't like, well, I'm booked in next month at a salon to have hair extensions. There's always hair extensions. To me, I think they'll be better than just wearing a wig, because they blend into your real hair. They become sort of like a part of your hair. Like a wig feels like a hat, right? It feels like an accessory, a hat that goes over your hair. So it doesn't feel like it's part of you. So I understand why other people don't like wearing wigs as well. But when you have extensions and they intertwine and blend it into your real hair and attach it to your scalp, it feels more you. It feels a part of you. So I'm quite looking forward to having those hair extensions. And then I'll be less self-conscious about my hair. And I know that will have a massive effect on my dysphoria, because obviously thin hair, it makes you dysphoria. I mean, if a cis woman has thin hair, it affects her negatively as well. It affects the way she feels about herself. So cis women will go and have hair extensions just so they feel more themselves. A nice hairstyle also. If you don't need extensions, get yourself a nice hairstyle. Go to a hairdresser and get a nice feminine hairstyle. That's my, I'm going to have mine done at the same time as the extensions. Because my hair, I'm just letting it grow wild at the minute, so I look like I've just rolled out of bed whatever time it is. And for those of you TransFems out there who are bald or going balding, and it's not just a case of thinning, as mentioned, minoxidil. Topical minoxidil and finasteride. Try it for 12 months, along with some red light therapy. You can get like hoods that you put on your head with red light LEDs. Minoxidil and finasteride and red light therapy. Try it for a year. Hair transplant. Now I mentioned hair transplant last because I actually want a hair transplant at the front of my head. But this video is about things that you can do now and not focus on things that you can't change. I don't have the money for a hair transplant, so I'm putting that aside. I'm putting that into the future. I'll worry about that when the time comes. But right now, I can get hair extensions, have my hair styled. I don't want to stereotype gender or anything like that, but because of unfortunately society does stereotype gender, okay? And we're a product of that. We're all a product of society, so we do associate, you know, having pretty nails as being more cute and feminine. So I like to experiment with my nails. I like to paint them different colors, and you know, just that action, you know, just sitting down and painting your nails. That helps to distract you, and it makes you feel prettier. You could also go to a salon and have them done professionally. Have really nice, professionally done permanent nails. Or when I was going to the pub, I used to use glue-on nails like these that I bought from Etsy last year. These are my favourite nails that I put on, and they make me feel so pretty. I love them, and I'm not thinking about my dysphoria while I'm putting them on and looking at them and admiring them. After I've washed in the morning, I use an anti-aging day cream, and before I go to bed, after my shower or bath, I use a night cream. And again, just that process of sitting down in front of the mirror and, you know, gently massaging this cream into your face, and then using some hand moisturizer, using some body lotion, helps to ground you. It brings your mind into that moment, right? You're not thinking about all the things you can't change. Right now, you know, you're just thinking, oh, this body lotion feels nice. What does this body lotion smell of? Oh, my skin feels so soft, right? Or get yourself to a spa or a salon and have a facial. Not that kind of facial, you dirty bastards. Have a beauty facial, like a mud pack or whatever they do. And that'll help you feel more feminine and give you a nice, pleasant experience to be in the moment in your gender. I hate how fat I am. I do. I've got a big fat head. I've got a big fat round Anglo-Saxon stomach.
Get in my belly!
I hate it. I hate it. I hate how fat I am. But that's something that I can change. That's something I have power over. Instead of sitting around and crying about not having a vagina, you know, I'm looking in the mirror and thinking, oh, look at this stomach. Look at these 50 chins. I can do something about that. So, you know, I've bought a set of dumbbells and kettlebell, and I've got myself an exercise mat. And now every morning, once I get up, I make my bed, I have a cup of tea, I hydrate with some water, and then I exercise. I do some push exercises on Monday, pull on Tuesday, Wednesday I do cardio, Thursday it's push again, Friday pull, Saturday cardio, Sunday I rest apart from I go for a nice hour-long walk. I'm eating more vegetables and I don't order takeaways anymore. No more McDonald's. No more big fatty burgers all the time. Because I can change how fat I am, and that will help combat my dysphoria as well. Because as I lose fat, I'll lose it in all my male places. Right? Estrogen and testosterone tells your body where to store fat in different places. So as I lose weight, I'll lose all that fat that's been stored in all my male places, you know, my Anglo-Saxon stomach. And then once I'm thin, you know, I'll add a little more fat into my diet. So I just put on a little teensy wincy bits of fat onto my female places, right? Which can actually change your face shape quite dramatically. And put fat on your hips to give you some nice plumper hips, and along with exercising and toning, that'll make a huge difference to my body image. I'll be able to look in the mirror and go, oh wow, look at that feminine shape I have. I'm so happy. All clothes are unisex if you stop being a little bitch about it. I don't know why society has to gender everything, but you know, we're brought up in a culture where clothes are gendered. Some clothes do make me feel prettier. I like my lollygoth type skirts and my pastel goth skirts, and I like my lollygoth tops and my pastel goth tops. My boobs are starting to pop out thanks to progesterone, so I'm starting to wear more feminine tops lately that you know, accentuate my boobies. I used to hide my body under big baggy t-shirts and stuff, but instead I'm wearing, you know, slightly more feminine tops that show my shoulders and show my chest and highlight my bosom.
And I like boobies.
Makeup. There's lots of makeup tutorials out there. Things like contouring. Contouring can hide some of the more masculine features of your face and highlight more feminine ones. For example, experiment with eyeliner. And if you're like me, you don't learn very well from tutorials, then you can look for local classes. There are makeup classes that you can go to. One of the salons in my town, they do like a crash course in all kinds of makeup for you. I'm going to sign up for one next month. I'd say, apart from not having my vagina, my other number one source of dysphoria is my voice. And for like 2 years now, I've been sat around waiting for the NHS to get me speech therapy. Last year they promised it me, and I went, they told me I had some sinus and throat problems that they need to fix first, and then they'll give me speech therapy, so I was quite hopeful. But then I never heard anything. no doctor has gotten back to me about the sinus and throat problems. So I've been taken off the speech therapy list. They said, "Oh, we'll put you back on once the doctor signs your problems off." What the fuck is that? I can't really afford private speech therapy. It's too expensive for how much you need of it. Again, there's online guides, there's online videos, and there's like online group speech therapy that tends to be a lot cheaper. So I'm currently looking into that, and this year I am going to work on my voice, as that will also have a massive impact on my dysphoria, because every time I have to open my mouth, I'm not going to feel ew about myself. Invest in laser hair surgery, or preferably electrolysis. Why electrolysis? Because electrolysis is actually permanent. It actually kills the follicles permanently. Things like laser and IPL are only semi-permanent. They just send your follicles into dormancy. They go dormant, but over time they kind of spring back into life. Whereas electrolysis, your follicles are buried 6 feet under. They're not coming back. Especially if you're early in your transition, and even if you haven't started HRT yet. I mean, this one is a good one for people who can't start HRT yet for whatever reason. Well, you know, don't focus on the fact that you can't get HRT yet. You know, you'll get it eventually. Just put it out of your mind. If you can't do anything about it right now, stop ruminating about it, put it to one side, and instead feel your face. How does that face make you feel? Icky, if you're anything like me, right? That stubble, hate it. Get yourself electrolysis or laser surgery, or buy an IPL device online, and you can do it yourself at home. You could even wax, so it gives you a smoother face for a much longer than shaving. That's something you can do right now that will help your dysphoria. For those of you who are on HRT, take a photo of yourself once every month. Try and make it the same day. I've started taking a picture the first Monday of every month. So the first Monday of each month I'll take a picture, and I'll try and take it at the same place, at the same angle. And then 6 months or a year down the line, look at all the pictures one after the other in a timeline. That's how you can see those small little changes. That's why, wow, what a vast difference. How have I not noticed how much I've changed? Well, because you see yourself every day in the mirror. You see yourself and you want to change, and you hyper focus on all your masculine features and stuff. So I know I've sat around a lot this past couple of years. Oh, HRT isn't working. It's done nothing for me. There's zero difference. And then, ding ding. I put 2 photos side by side, and I'm like, oh, okay. I admit I see some changes there. And poof, and then suddenly you're seeing the femme in you. That's helped my dysphoria. But most importantly, you have to be kind to yourself. Give yourself daily affirmations. I know who I am. I know what I am. I'm a girl, and I deserve to live my life as such. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be myself. Because you do. All of you. You deserve to be yourself. You deserve to be happy. Be kind to yourself. Stop hating yourself for things that you can't change. And instead, focus on the things that you can change right now. And you'll find your dysphoria overall will be much easier to handle. Okay, my babies? Big sis loves you. Zippity.